So for this short session, we'll continue with chapter 6, PHP 5 Basic Language. There is a noise. Now it's okay. Okay. So before starting this week, I will ask you some questions to review all topics covered in face-to-face class. Let's begin with the first one. So PHP, what is PHP? What is PHP? So PHP stands for PHP Hypertext Preprocessor, and yes, it is a server scripting language for making dynamic and interactive web pages. So PHP is a server scripting language. Good. So this code is an HTML code or a PHP code. No, it is not a mix of, it is a PHP code. So in PHP code we can create some HTML tag. So this code is a PHP code. When we want to save this file, we can save this file, for example, with the name X, but the extension must be PHP. So why? Why it is a PHP code? Because it contains this tag. So what is this tag? What represents this tag and this one? So this tag represents the beginning of a PHP code. So before include a PHP code, we must use this tag to create begin and end of the PHP code. This is in green or in blue. This is a PHP code, an instruction that print hello world. Okay. Good. Next question. What are the possible manners to create a comment in PHP code? Yes, start and end PHP. Yes, there are three possible manners to create PHP code. We can use the first one, like the C language. We can use this manner like C++ language, or we can use this manner like shell language. Okay, any questions? So in HTML there is we cannot use the same comments in HTML. Now in HTML we can use this comment, yes. Okay, next question, how we can create a variable in PHP. So in JavaScript, for example, we can just write the name of a variable equal value. So we can add var or not. And in PHP, how we can create a variable? Have you an idea? We must use a special character. What is the special character? How we can create a variable in PHP? Variable. Yes, good. So we use dollar to create a variable in PHP. So count underscore obj and A123 are variables in PHP. But we cannot begin our variable with a number or star. Okay? Can you explain me these instructions? What's the meaning of $pi equal 3.14 semicolon? Or $radius equal 5. So what's the name of our variable here? Yes, good. We will assign 3.14 to pi. And after that we will assign 5 to radius. And after that we will calculate the value of new variable as pi multiplied by 2 multiplied by radius. Okay. Can you give me an idea about the function isSet? So what is isSet? Yes, so isSet determines if a variable is set and is not null. Good. And unset. What is unset? So unset destroy the specified variable, not make it on null. It is different than writing $name equal null. So there is a difference. Okay. So unset is used to destroy variables in yes, we can unset all variables in PHP script, but we must create a script to unset all variables. So there are we must create a script. It is not a predefined function. Now, so for example, for Mr. Ahmed, Mr. Ahmed, this code gives us an error message. So this code gives us undefined variable. So when we write unset name, and after that we want to test if this variable is set or is not null, we will find an error message as output. The error message will be undefined variable. Okay. Let's move now to empty. What is empty? So empty is also predefined PHP function, and it determines if the variable does not exist or its value equals false. So empty determines if the variable does not exist or its value equals false. Now, if we want to eliminate a variable or destroy a variable in our program, we use unset. Otherwise, no, it is not necessary to unset all variables. Yes, Ahmed. Empty here is not a sign. It's clear. Okay, let's move to the next question. What is a super global? Can you give me an example of a super global variable? Yes. So super global, we can find $_ get, $_ post, $_ cookie, $_ auth, and $_ server. Yes. Predefined variables. So how we can, what is $_get. It is an array that includes all the get variables that PHP received from the client browser. Can you give me an example how we can use $_get this array? So we will use this array to get the values of all the variables in our URL. So we use $get or $post. Why $get? This is an example, okay, and we want to extract the value. Yes, we use this is to clarify all attribute and values for you in face-to-face class, but when we want to develop a real web application, in this case we must use $post to avoid the display of all, yes, to be more secure, to avoid, for example, the value of a password to be displayed in the URL. So my question is, in PHP code we will use $get or $post. So it depends of a value. What is this value? The use of $get or $post depends of one value. What is this value? So it depends of the value of the method. If we have a form and we will send this form to welcome.php, if we have method equal post, we will use $_post. If we have method equal get, we will use $_get. So this manner, or the second one, depends of the method value. It's clear? So in this example we use method equal post or get. Okay, so this is an example. Okay, this is an example of this is an example. We have a form like this, and we want to create a PHP code, and this PHP code extract the value here in yellow, the value SEU, and the value contact at SEU. Okay, so the question is, in PHP code we will use $post or $get. This is the question. The response, it depends of the value of method in our form. So in this example we use method equal post. Yes or no, Mr. Walid? we use method equal post. Okay, we have two manner to write. We can use method equal post. In this case, the value of the parameters will be sent in the body of the request, and for in this manner we will avoid the display of these parameters and the value of these parameters in the URL. Okay, so in the URL we find HTTP without $name equal SEU and $email equal SEU@edu.sa. Okay, if we don't have a problem with the display of this values, we can use method equal get. So we have we can choose this manner or this manner. It depends of our project. So in our example, we choose a method equal post. So we choose method equal post, and for this reason we must use in PHP code $post here, not $get, and $post here. Okay, so if we choose here not post but get, we use get. In this case we must write here not $post but $get. In uppercase, huh? Name. Okay. It's clear. Good. This is another example. So Mr. Walid here, for example, we choose the method equal get, not post. So in PHP code we must use $get and not $post. And in this example we use also the same name to all checkbox. So for this reason we must use a loop here, because name in our case is an array. Because we have the same name, color. Any question about this example? Yes. So in case we have an array of values, we must use this symbol like an array to indicate that we have the same name. Okay, but in PHP code without this symbol. So here, your attention please. When we use color, we don't write color like this. So this symbol will be deleted in PHP code. Just color. It's clear, Mr. Ayman? How to hide variable values from shown in HTTP request in browser address. For Mr. Abdullah, we just use method equal post. So if we choose method in the form, in a form, if we use method equal post, in this case we cannot view the variable values in browser address bar. If we use method equal get, we can so the variables values will be shown in HTTP request. It's clear? Mr. Ahmed, PHP 5 is similar to Java because we can create classes in PHP, and we can invocate methods, etc. But GSP is more similar because GSP is like PHP and it uses Java as code. Get method should not be used to make any change of data on the server. I don't understand your question, Mr. Ayman. So we use get method or post method is the same. The difference is variables value appear or not in the browser bar. So in get method, the value will be the variable plus the values will be added to the URL. But in the post method, the value and the variable and the value of this variable will be added to the body of the request. Okay? Good. Let's move now to arrays. So in PHP, when we want to create an array, we just write like this. So array 1, 2, 3, that means is the same as the more explicit array with 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3. 0 here is the index. And 1 is the value. Okay, so if we don't write an index, the default value will be 0. We can write, we can use index as a string. So in the second example, we write array name John, age 28. So name is the index, John is the value. age is the index of the second element, 28 is the value. It's clear? So if we write array like this without any value, that means it is an empty array. Insertion of table in HTML, we must use table, tr, td with special tags, etc. But here we just write, we just create an array. So we can create a nested array, for example, array of array, like this. This is the first element of the array, and it is also an array. This is the second element of the array, and it is also an array. Yes, okay. This is an example of an array. So when we write $array1 equal array123, it's equivalent to write this one. Okay. We can write array1 equal array123, or array10 equal 1, array11 equal 2, array12 equal 3. After that, for the display, for the question of Mr. Ahmed, we can use print r. So print r, not the print, print r. This is a predefined function in PHP, and this function displays information about a variable in a way that is readable by humans. I repeat, print r is a predefined function, and this function displays information about a variable in a way that is readable by humans. For example, when we write print r array1, the result will be like this: array after that 0 like this. So this is the output of print r. After that 1, 2, 2, 3, and after that. So this is the display of an array. It is not like a table in HTML. Okay. Also, we can create an array with key implies value, name implies John, age implies 28, like this. This is a manner, the first manner. And it is equivalent also to create the same array with this manner. So we can write array2 name equal John, array2 age equal 28. The same. Okay. So to read an array value, we can just write, for example, print array2 name like this. So that means we want to print the value of the array 2 with index name, or print array 2 age. So we want to access to the value of array 2 age. Any questions? We can use print or echo. So if we have nested arrays, we can write like this. So $array1 and name. Array1 here and name for this. So the value will be John. If we write array 2 age, the value is 67. Yes. How we can traverse an array in PHP code? We can use for each loop. So for each loop is a loop that can be used to traverse an array in PHP. So this is an example. Players is an array with the value John, Barbara, Bill and Nancy. Okay, and we want to display all this value, so we can write for each player as, here we can use any name, as $X implies $Y or $T implies $value, any name. After that we will print key and value. So the key here, the default is 0 and the value will be John. After that the key will be 1, the value will be Barbara, etc. Any questions about traversing arrays using for each? Okay. So we can also define constant name in HTML and PHP. So we can use print or echo. So print and echo can be used to print or to display a value in PHP. Yes. So in the next week, inshallah, we will discuss what's the difference between print and echo. But print and echo can be used to display a variable in PHP. Yes, after midterm, inshallah.